What's up, Lorehounds? It's Cooper here inside Erik Nagel's office, or it's Erik Nagel's office, whatever you want to go with. I'm here with Big Kev and OG.
Hello.
So we are just shooting the shit, some video game stuff, and you guys are telling me big Galaxy fans. You want to just cue off that?
Yeah, huge Galaxy fan. I think OG and I played it almost the entire time it was out.
Whoa. Okay, yeah, that's what I was going to ask next.
Right up until they nerfed it, yes, sir. And yeah, it was a lot. It was a great game. I mean, I don't think we have been as invested in a game since then as we have. I mean, we had a little WoW stint after the fact. What, a couple years of that, right?
Sure.
3 maybe.
What kept you in WoW if you were coming from Galaxies?
Well, WoW was visually stunning, right? I thought Galaxy's graphics sometimes were a little bit lacking, so WoW was at least pretty to look at. And truthfully, WoW was a lot of fun. It just didn't have the depth that Galaxy's had. Galaxy's had a lot more. There was just a lot more customability with the character creation and everything about that game.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would dispute that in any way. But I mean, to me, now this may be splitting hairs too much. It's like one's a theme park MMO, being World of Warcraft, and then Star Wars Galaxy is more sandbox, right? And that's where, like, you literally make your own story. You can sit there and just play music for everybody.
And what was great about it, I think the reason we went to WoW after Galaxies was nerfed was because we wanted to play something. Yeah. I mean, we had been playing Galaxies for a really long time at that point.
I also think it was personal for me, too. Like, when I was playing Galaxies, I had a lot of free time. And so I could really immerse myself in that game. But by the time I got to WoW, it was much more, I wanted an MMO experience, but I didn't want, 20-hour game session. So I didn't raid a lot in WoW.
I was going to say, what game were you playing?
I mean, I was part of a group, but I didn't raid a lot, right? But I could casually play. I could casually kind of just run around and have fun and enjoy the game and play through the story modes. So for me, it was a little bit of that, too. It was a step down, I admit, but it was a good step down for me.
So is anything keeping your interest these days?
As far as MMOs go, no, not really. Not a lot. I mean, I've been flirting with the idea of going back to WoW. I haven't played since Mists of Pandaria, I think.
Panda Time.
Panda Time. Yeah, I haven't played anything really since then. I know there's some huge one that I just saw on Colbert recently about there's like 8 bazillion planets that you can explore, and
I'm not sure. I'm sure I would know if you can give me some more info, but it's not Destiny. You're not thinking of Destiny?
No, not Destiny.
Or WildStar? So WildStar just relaunched as free to play.
No, this one hasn't launched yet. This one hasn't happened yet. All I know about it is you have a ship and you're exploring all these like
Star Citizen. No? Damn it.
Don't know what it's called. It was just on Colbert though. The developer was on Colbert, like his
The Late Show.
Yeah.
The Late Show, yeah.
I don't know what you guys are talking about anymore. You're talking about network
know.
TV? What is that?
We're like the guys that walk into Barnes & Noble. I'm looking for that book by that guy. Do you have it? Yeah, and you should just know, right?
I mean, I'm there. I gave you Star Citizen. It sounds like what it might be. Otherwise, it's probably the other Space Sim one. Oh, I can't believe I'm blanking. It'll come to me when we're talking to Eric.
No Man's Sky? Developer got on The Late Show.
Yeah, that must be it.
Okay, there you go.
Thanks, Googlebot.
No problem. I'll keep quiet now.
So, is anything piquing your interest?
Yeah, actually, I think there's a Firefly MMO coming out, right?
Oh, God, for fucking like 30 years.
No, but isn't it like actually coming now, I think?
I don't believe it. And it's from like a company that you really haven't like.
So, no, honestly, I don't have time to play MMOs like I used to. It would have to be something really outstanding for me to jump back into it.
I mean, but they're not like.
Do that for me because I'm a huge Firefly fan, but I don't know.
I really, and I think about this about any game, not in any genre. Like, there's always a game out there for someone. I don't care if you're a grandmother or anything. But, like, games are not like WoW or Star Wars Galaxy generally anymore. There definitely are those games that are like you have to be that hardcore. But then there's so many more that you'll find one where it's like the right niche or it's humor or it's, I don't know, like an Earthbound MMO or something.
Right. So maybe I just need to explore it a bit more. I haven't really looked at it in a while, to be quite honest with you, because I've been afraid to, because they're addictive. So once I go down the slippery slope,
that's a different story to be scared of.
Bad things happen.
Yeah.
RTSs, just stick to RTSs. I mean, that's what I've been doing.
What are you waiting for StarCraft? Legacy of the Void?
I am. I've always been a huge StarCraft fan, so I'm sticking with those. If something happens, then something happens. But I mean, as far as MMOs go, there's that Star Wars one, Old Republic or fucking awful. I think I played it.
You're making him cry. Josh is crying right now.
We literally waited 6 years for that game and played it 4 times. And I called the company. I'm like, give me my goddamn money back. And the time I wasted waiting for this game. It's so bad. It's still bad. And now it's free to play because no one will pay for it. That's why it's free.
Oh, I did play that DC. I played the DC.
DCUO?
DCUO. Yeah, I played that for about a half a day.
You should try Marvel Heroes.
Is that newer?
It's newer, and it's a guy who actually made Diablo.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's built. It's not an MMO really. It's more of the Diablo kind of dungeon crawler thing.
Okay. See, I'd totally be into that then.
It's David Brevik is a designer. It's from Gazillion Entertainment. Give that a whirl. We played a bunch on our stream and stuff. It's fun.
What was the superhero game we used to play? City of Heroes.
City of Heroes.
Yeah.
I like that one. That was a lot of fun.
Oh man, when they pulled the plug on that NCSoft, they made so many people cry.
It was a sad day. It was a sad day for dedicated players. But I actually enjoyed that one a lot. I'd play that again if that came around.
So they've been ever since it got pulled the plug. They've always been trying to relaunch it. So they're actually basically building it from scratch. It's now, I forgot the name of it, but it's like City of, slightly off.
It's not City of Heroes Reborn, right? Because I would boycott the shit out of that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
No heroes were born. No, none of that.
Sorry, I crossed pop culture lines there. I went to TV. My bad. I apologize, gamers.
That was a nice maneuver.
Heroes, I liked Heroes, but I hear you on Reborn.
No, thank you. No, thank you. What about this guy? What do you play?
I'm just here to drive you home.
Oh, is that
That's
it?
pretty much my role in this whole interview right now. Is I'm waiting for him to be done, and I'm driving him home.
And will they develop that into some sort of game? Some sort of immersive MMO?
I could turn it into a game. I could start heavily drinking right now and see if Matt makes it home.
GTA 5 then?
There you go.
Any plugs you want to drop before we go?
No, you can check out OG and I over at bkgeekstuff.com. That's where you'll find our show where we're talking about all sorts of things. And I'm sure OG has the rest of the social media where you can find us.
Go for it, Millennial.
Sure. Geek Stuff OG on Twitter and Instagram. BK Geek Stuff on Twitter for that guy over there. And just bkgeekstuff.com. Check out the podcast and let us know what you think.
Yeah. Obviously, nerd culture and stuff probably cross-pollinates with you guys if you're watching this, so definitely check it out. Thanks so much, guys.